Hey guys, it's Shama here for another episode of Retailing Weekly. Today I want to just chat with you about some interesting things that are happening in the retail market. So one of the things that I think is so crazy out there is really this concept of net neutrality. And what's really scary about net neutrality, no longer have slower performing websites. And what's scary about that is it really basically makes it not a fair landscape. Now, we already know that the internet is skewed, and certainly there are biases that are related to search engine optimization and lots of other interesting things like that. But getting rid of net neutrality basically means that the websites for Amazon and Macy's could run a lot faster because they can spend more money on paying for that fast traffic rather than your small business or your medium-sized business. So unless you're making hundreds of millions of dollars or a billion-dollar brand, you're going to find net neutrality is really not in your favor. So really fucking scary. Don't really like what that means for business owners, and really hoping that that is something that does not become deregulated. The next thing I think is really interesting is you guys all know that Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and Small Business Saturday are all happening. I'm really happy to report in that not a lot of brands I've been seeing are necessarily just doing Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Some of them are not doing anything at all, really just opting to spend time with their families, sending out emails to people, letting them know, hey, on Black Friday, we're not doing a sale, and that's okay. What I also noticed is really the tendency for a lot of retailers to be breaking sale way in advance. So right now, we're about 2 days out before Black Friday. A lot of people have started breaking sale for this even as long as 3 days ago, 5 days ago. And some clients that I have broke sale a week ago and said, hey, we're not doing Black Friday. If you want to take advantage of Black Friday deals, do so now. Here's how you can redeem the coupon. So Black Friday and Cyber Monday, I think, are still going to end up being huge revenue generators. I do believe that brands who send out communications are going to be able to still see traffic, even if they're not trying to be a loss leader. Business of Fashion published an interesting report this past week on how they really expect a lot of people to be going in store on Black Friday, citing that it's going to be something that is a family experience, something that a lot of consumers are going to want to attend and go to as a family affair. Now, do I think that that's true? I don't know, guys. I mean, I really see in-store experiences being driven towards experiential. I do not think Black Friday is really going to be enough of a drive or enough of a pull in order to get a ton of people going in stores. Now, we'll certainly end up seeing the results of this by a week from today, right? We'll know exactly how the numbers rendered for in-store sales, e-commerce sales, etc. So I'm excited to see what ends up shaking out with that. Now, on the other really cool side of this, I was reading an article in Women's Wear Daily about how YKK is coming out with zippers that actually allow you to remote control the zippers. I think that's kind of weird, right? I mean, can you imagine being able to undo someone's zipper or undo your own zipper with an app? I'm not quite sure if that is going to really take off in terms of technology, in terms of how people are going to incorporate that. I think it's a really interesting and novel kind of experience. But as we start to see more and more tech integrations that move into fashion, I think we need to really ask ourselves, is there data that's being collected from that? What exactly does this mean to have so much wearable technologies? And how can we really think about that more cohesively, right? What about the customer experience? Like how valuable is that? Now, those of you guys who are in kind of the wearable tech space and that are doing things like Fitbit technologies and heart monitoring and all of that, I think what's really fascinating is to start to think about how fabrics, data within fabric, how can you create high technology fabrics that are actually able to give back to your consumers? So wireless zippers, not so sure about that, but I do think that we can start to think a little bit more innovatively about what on earth we can do in terms of wearable tech. So that's it, guys. Really scared about net neutrality, really, concerned about what that means for small to medium-sized business owners. I really hope it doesn't end up getting deregulated. If so, it'll be one of the biggest things to happen in terms of deregulation in the United States. When it comes to things like, Black Friday, guys, if you are thinking about doing a sale for Black Friday, One of the biggest tips that we've been giving to a lot of our clients is to start to think about not doing a percentage, but a dollar amount. I think a dollar amount is really smart. Gives the idea of cash in hand, so go for the dollar amount. And then lastly, guys, this time of year, I think everyone is really pushing towards doing their holiday sales planning, all the new deliveries, etc. I think in terms of newsworthiness, we've seen so many new brands emerge this year. We're seeing so many new incubators pop up. Please, if you are incubating your brand or you're in the early stages of your business, be really thoughtful, be really mindful about how you approach this. The rest of this year, 2018, should really be about careful and thoughtful execution. And guys, Black Friday is right around the corner. So best of luck. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next week. Bye.